Right, so I got jabbed about 8 hours ago, and I'm not gonna say the same thing that I said last time because last time I remember it was about 10 hours in, and I was like, I feel great, nothing's happening. It's been around 10 hours that I took my vaccine, and here it is. Yeah, so I've been feeling pretty well. It's okay so far. Nothing out of the normal, I guess. Just had some food, walked around a little bit in the afternoon, and yeah, I think besides that, like lifting my arm hurts a little bit, just like bruise or something. But besides that, everything is pretty fine. All of a sudden, I got some symptoms, and I remember my heart started beating very fast. I got like anxiety at night and I couldn't sleep. Yeah, it was pretty interesting, pretty funny thing. But anyway, it's 8 hours into me getting my vaccine right now, and the difference is last time I got vaccinated in the US in Miami, and right now, or today actually, I got vaccinated in Mexico for the first time ever. And I wanted to document a little bit of this and actually share with you, some of the things that I've been experiencing and what it actually is like to get vaccinated in Mexico, maybe compared to the US as well, to kind of have that reference as well. Now that I can compare between US and Mexico, the time that I got to the US, actually, I was flying to Miami, and it was very interesting to just land to Miami's airport and actually see that they even had free shots for everyone right at the airport, like literally just as you land at the gate. But we had an actual appointment, so we had to show up to the stadium like 2 or 3 days later. And so there was a baseball stadium where we actually drove in. It was almost like a drive-through experience, pretty funny. But we just, in the car, we didn't even get off or anything, just inside, like literally pull the window down and then just, put my arm out and then got jabbed. And so that was that. And it was, I don't know, I mean, compared to what I'm living in Mexico right now, it is definitely slightly different. And so at that time, we simply got like this little piece of paper, where it said like, where it had the date, your name, and then it just said like, one shot, Johnson and Johnson. That was pretty much it. And so I got this piece of paper and I was like, really, like this is the certificate, this is the thing that we can use to travel and things like that. I was pretty surprised that it was just a simple piece of paper. In terms of the difference between that and Mexico, I got actually registered, say last Saturday. It was a very simple Google form. I just filled it in with some of my details, 2 or 3 minutes, and then a day later I got an SMS saying, hey, you have to show up next Tuesday to get your vaccine, and this is a place where you have to show up. This is the time as well. So it was pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and the vaccine is free in Mexico, at least in these areas. And the vaccine type seems to vary depending on the places or the place where you live. And so at this point, my case, I think it was a little bit different because I didn't get vaccinated in the first round where almost all Mexican citizens got vaccinated. Instead, for me, it was like I became a rezagado, which pretty much means that I'm a struggler. Like I got lacked and I didn't get the first round of vaccines. Pretty much my reason was because I was vaccinated in the US in the first place. And so I didn't really get to participate in the first round of these shots. And because of that, I think that it was way less crowded than what it was before, because I had been there before but I personally didn't get vaccinated. So I could see the difference between, the crowd and the masses and the people. And I guess somehow it was an actual advantage, right? Because I didn't have to wait much. It was almost just about over an hour for me to, get in and actually get my documents checked, and also just to sit there and then get instructions and all these things, right? So it was pretty much just about an hour, and it was quite well organized. I was surprised, to be honest, compared to some of the things that I've heard in other states and other cities around Mexico. And I've heard some stories about even Cuernavaca, for example, where there's thousands of people, and you get notified that you have to show up to the place. You eventually get there, you line up for like 2, 3, 5 hours, and then you get to a point where you're feeling like, okay, I'm almost there, and then they say, well, we ran out of vaccines, so you have to come back tomorrow. And that seems to have happened to a lot of people. So fortunately, it didn't happen to me at this point. It was pretty organized. We were queuing, we had a line, we were told where to sit, how to sit, and everything. And it was very, very easy, way less chaotic than anything else. And also, one of the things that I was surprised as well was by the fact that, compared to the US, where I got this like simple piece of paper, right here it was, you get a QR code, you get registered into the system. So apparently your data is also accessible from whatever it is, like digitally. And that should make it easier, I believe, in terms of using that as an actual certificate that's, approved by the government or whatever, so that you can travel, or you can, whatever it is, that you can actually have proof of that instead of just a simple piece of paper like in the US, which of course I scanned, and I have a digital copy for that as well in case of, because I lost it. And one of the greatest things that I also noticed, which is like, I feel like it's very Mexico in that sense, is even leaving after stepping out, when you leave the gate after getting vaccinated, the entire street is full of street food and things that you can grab. You can grab snacks there and eat. And that is definitely something that you only see in Mexico. But yeah, that's pretty much about it in terms of my experience in Mexico getting vaccinated. One of the things that I did have in mind, and I was very cautious about, was which type of vaccine was I getting. And I guess one concern in many ways for a lot of people is like mixing vaccines and combining these things. That was, I guess, one of the things, but even then for me it was just more about getting a vaccine that was widely accepted across the world in many different countries, and that I could use to travel in the future, because that certainly is one of the reasons to get vaccinated. And we did have a chance, because of where we live, we did have a chance to get vaccinated with Sinovac, which is a Chinese vaccine. And I was like, 不要啦，谢谢. I was literally like, no, yeah, you know what, I'd rather not get vaccinated at this point. And so me getting straggled or getting pushed into this lagged group of people which never had the vaccine and were cold once, like one last time, I guess that was an advantage after all. And so I did get a better vaccine, which apparently should be accepted in many other countries, and that should allow me to have a little bit more freedom and mobility around the countries. And I hope this video, even if it's pretty simple, has shown you some slight behind the scenes, so you get an idea of what it really is and what it looks like to get vaccinated in Mexico. And I may look pretty terrible. I don't know if you can see my face, but even then, I mean, I am a little sunburned and I'm tired overall from the past weekend that I spent, wake surfing, and just quite tiring anyway. But still, I'm feeling great so far. Hopefully it doesn't get as bad, and we'll see. So if there's anything after this video, then yeah, probably that I got some news to tell you or something to share. If not, I'll see you next time.